right? So, this financial stress is real, right? It hits hard, especially for us in the diaspora. I think I've established that you have to worry about exchange rates. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. It works in our favor, sometimes it doesn't. You have families here that you have to cater to. Your kids, if you have kids like myself, I have three beautiful daughters who are of that age where they demand the things they demand. Like I have a 5, 7, and 9 year old kid. So they're expecting certain gifts. They know what they want. They are very particular. So they're used to having their Christmas gifts. They are used to things under the tree. There's, my wife, there's my family here. My parents are here. Extended family, you want to make sure you are doing your obligations for your family here, but there's also family back home that you also have obligations to, that you have to cater to, and they are looking forward to and expecting you to live up to those expectations. So there's that dual responsibility, and that's another reason why it's the stress of the season, and then there's social comparison, right? During the holidays, everybody is looking at, well, this person in America just did this, or this one just opened up their house. What is this one doing? So there's also that pressure of like all these guys who are, and nobody's measuring the journey, the expectations. Nobody knows. They're just seeing the outputs, and now they're measuring your success, whether you're really abroad or not, based on what somebody else is doing. Of course, there's the emotional guilt, right? You feel like you've made it, but so you just have to give more. I know the pressure of that one too well, because people go and judge my bank account based off of social media postings, and they look at social media, they look at like, man, this guy's made it, and then so now they begin to pressure, through because it's interesting. The dynamics around my family is such that I'm almost immune to everything, but then they work other angles close enough to me to get my attention. So there's that emotional guilt that you have to deal with. And so the season is fun, it's exciting, it's full of all of the blessings that comes with it, but also I'm not oblivious of the challenges and how challenging it can be. So how do we navigate it? What are some practical ways? And that's what I really want to get to. What are some practical ways that we can navigate this season, and be financially responsible while still being generous? Number one, plan and prioritize, right? What is essential versus what is emotional? Okay, you have obligations, those are essential. And then some are just emotional, like, well, you haven't bought anything for me since, or last time you sent me this, that. Make that separation, right? Versus, what's essential? I need to take care of these things. Okay, yes, we're expecting people back home. The house needs some work, right? Essential versus, oh, I need an iPhone 17 because that's what I need to have for Christmas. Emotional. I'm your favorite auntie, and therefore you need to buy me this, and I know you can afford it. So it's what's essential versus what's emotional. Make a list of those things. You have to itemize those things. Create a realistic holiday budget before commitments pile up. All right. No, this is the capacity I can spend. Okay, so you have to spend during the season, right? I'm not saying don't spend, don't buy gifts, except you're broke. If you lost your job recently and you need to kind of hold back on expenses, or spending money until you're sure of everything, then yes, hold back this season. Let them know, like, hey, this year, not maybe not, because things are not the way they they normally are. So I would say if you're out of work, you're in that kind of dire situation, then don't put yourself under pressure to do anything, right? But outside of that, just have a budget, right? So definitely plan to give, but do it within the scope and framework of a budget. What am I planning to spend, right? Before the commitments start piling up, have a budget that you're working with. Look at your finances, look at your loose cash, and say, you know what, look at your savings. What can you afford to spend this holiday, and do it and then feel good that you've done. It's important because that's how you honor your yeses and protect your notes, right? That budget, that's what will guide you when it's done. You're like, hey, man, can do it.